So shall we continue with our session on electricity? What's common among these that you see on the screen? Yes, you guessed it right. It is the battery. What is the function of this battery? Have you thought about it? It is actually a battery which has got a lot of chemicals within it. These chemical reactions, they generate the potential difference between the terminals that sets the electron to motion, to flow. To maintain this current, the source, that is the battery, has to keep expending its energy. And that's the reason why when we use a battery, after a few hours of usage, it stops working. So this energy that comes out of the source, it is being used somewhere. What is it used for? A part of this energy that comes out of the source is used for its purpose. That is, if it is used in a circuit, it is used to make the electrons flow through the circuit. Whereas some of its energy, only a fraction of energy, is being used to heat the gadget. That is, suppose we use our mobiles to charge. When we use it for charging, after a few minutes or maybe after a few hours, you see that it gets heated up. That's because the energy that passes through the wires to the mobile has been used up for the purpose of charging, as well as some fraction of its energy is used to heat the device. So now this heat that is generated while charging the battery is something not required, but we have to face it. But sometimes we need this heat that is generated for useful purposes also. For example, we use this heat for many purposes, like for electric kettle, iron box, the fuse wires which get heated up and break the circuit to avoid overloading, immersion heater for heating the water, toaster. So these items we come across in our daily activities, and these are some of the useful purposes of the heat that is generated in the circuit. How can I find how much of heat is generated? Shall we look into it? Suppose you have a conductor and the conductor has a resistance R with potential difference V across its ends. Let I be the current that flows through the conductor and electrons Q pass through the conductor for time t seconds. With this information, we can calculate the work done in moving the charge through the potential difference V as VQ. That is the potential difference into the charge Q. Power or energy supplied in this time t seconds is work done by time. That is VQ by T, and if you take Q by T, it is actually the current I. So VQ by T becomes VI. Similarly, the heat generated in time t seconds is VIT, that is power into time. So you have power which is VI into time t. So the heat generated is VIT T. Now applying on the equation H is equal to VIT, the Ohm's law, we get, instead of V we place IR, and so H becomes IR into IT. That is, H is equal to I square RT. This equation is called the Joule's law of heating, and the SI unit of heat is joules. Now we are drawing a few inferences from the equation H is equal to I square RT. From this equation H is equal to I square RT, the heat produced in a resistor is directly proportional to the square of the current for the given resistance, directly proportional to the resistance for a given current, and directly proportional to the time for which the current flows through the resistor. Similarly, using this equation H is equal to I square RT, shall we look into a problem? Find the heat energy produced in a resistance of 10 ohm when 5 ampere current flows through it for 5 minutes. So with the given information R, the resistance is 10 ohm, current is 5 ampere, the time T is equal to 5 minutes, that calculates to 5 into 60 seconds, that is 300 seconds. So applying this in the equation H is equal to I square RT to find the heat produced, we get 5 square into 10 into 5 into 60 seconds, that is calculated to be 75,000 joule or 75 kilojoule. This comes to be 75 kilojoule because 1 kilojoule is 1000 joules. So 75,000 joule becomes 75 kilojoule. Another example of the same kind, an electric heater works in a 230 volt supply which draws a current of 5 ampere for 3 minutes. Find out the quantity of heat produced in the heater. Also find out the resistance of the coil in the heater. Now with the given information, potential difference V is equal to 230 volt, current is 5 ampere, time again 3 minutes, which is calculated to be 3 into 60 seconds, that is 180 seconds. Using the equation for heat H is equal to VIT, we get V as 230 volt into 5 ampere into 180 seconds, which calculates to be 207,000, that is 2,07,000 joule. Now we need to calculate the resistance R using the Ohm's law. R is equal to V by I. We get 230 volt divided by 5 ampere, which is 46 ohm. So the resistance of the coil used here is 46 ohm. So using the equation H is equal to I square RT or H is equal to VIT, and using the Ohm's law's equation V equal to IR, we can find out a few equations and use them to find the heat produced in various situations. Thank you.